So Digital Security by Design is a program in itself that we're running, but it's also a wider project to try and increase the size of the community and the ecosystem of players within the space of kind of memory safety, within the space of secure by design, within the space of kind of making sure that things are as secure as they can be from the very beginning, from the ground up.
The security of the underlying infrastructure is an industry-wide problem. We've built an architecture that allows vulnerabilities to cause data leaks and compromising of the integrity of the stack. As an industry, we need to be able to build applications that are secure, that you can be confident, even if there are faults in them, that they won't impact the whole ecosystem. If you think about how open source projects are being used, they are widely distributed throughout our infrastructure. They're in IoT devices, they're in power systems, they're everywhere. We need to be ensuring that we build an architecture that will survive for the next 10, 20 years without the level of vulnerabilities that we've been encountering over the last 5 years.
We're obviously running this program in collaboration, as I said, with Arm, University of Cambridge and UKRI, but there's a lot more people involved in the wider digital security by design efforts, I suppose, the push to try and make things secure by design. So that extends out to various government branches, that extends out to people like the National Cybersecurity Centre. There's an awful lot of universities involved, a lot of research has gone into the technical underpinnings of how to make things secure by design. Various different communities across kind of IoT, telecoms, 5G, a lot of the open source communities as well have been very interested in how open source technologies can be quote unquote cherified, how they can be ported across in such a way as to benefit from the cherry security that comes along with that new framework. And it's a real effort from everybody to try and make this community bigger, more impactful, and help these technologies go to market. We of course need to have a roadmap for getting there, but we also need the demand to drag it there as well. It's one thing to have the demand kind of bubbling up, we also need it from the top down as well. And this program that's been put together will help feed those pulls and pushes from both directions to try and get the companies that are using the technology at the moment to see the demand for it, to speak to the suppliers and companies that they're working with to say, hey, have you heard about this interesting technology? Why aren't you using it? And also to feed the results back from this program to government bodies, for example, that can put a bit of pressure to say, hey, these are some really interesting examples. We've got some fantastic displays of security by design here. We need to be pushing companies to have this as a baseline standard, to have the kind of cherry seal of approval, if you will, to say that these technologies have been tried and tested in both lab settings and real world settings, and they've been put through their paces, and it's been verifiably shown that certain exploits, certain vulnerability types, certain problems in kind of memory safety are able to be fully taken off the table by these technologies. And companies that are using these technologies won't have to worry so much about becoming victims to these technologies. It can help have a big impact on the cadence of kind of software patching, for example. You're not going to need to be constantly updating things if you can take this whole class of memory safety issues off the table from the beginning just by using Morello Cherry and making sure that your software is put through the paces and ported across to the different modes of Cherry that give you that security and that sense of knowing that actually, yes, these issues that have plagued other industries and other companies, that's not something that I need to worry about anymore.